Hi friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I have a really good haul video for you today. I'm so excited about it. If you are new here, hi, my name is Laura. I sell women's vintage clothing online. I sell on sites like Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, Depop, but I also sell on a platform called Whatnot. And Whatnot is a live auction platform. And usually what happens is I thrift a whole bunch of stuff. The first place I put most of that is on Whatnot. And then after a while, if it doesn't sell on Whatnot, then I move it over to Etsy, eBay, etc. Okay. Every week when I do my Whatnot show, I try to have 100 pieces of inventory. And the first 30 pieces of that inventory are typically brand new, have never been shown before on any of my platforms, right? They like come straight from the thrift and I stick them on Whatnot. And then the remaining 70 pieces on Whatnot are pieces that I've carried over from previous shows. The problem with this method is that sometimes as you get towards the 70 to 100 numbers, those pieces start feeling pretty stale because I'm only on once a week. I have a lot of very regular viewers who come and see me on Whatnot. And I do have a lot of new people in each show every week. But for the people who keep coming around all the time, those last, they kind of come and they probably want to see the first 30, maybe the first 40 or 50 if they didn't get to see the show the previous week. But then after that, they're like, yeah, same old shit we've seen before, right? And right now, in particular, my last bits of inventory are feeling extra stale to me. So I was very excited to get 41 pieces of inventory today. That's a lot for me, especially for a thrift trip. And I definitely am going to put my first 30 new pieces up, of course. I may put more new pieces up. I'm going to see how it goes. My Wednesday evenings are usually incredibly chaotic because I have so much work to do to prep for my Whatnot show the next morning that I'm often up until 2 and 3 in the morning and I'm dragging ass and it's very hard for me to get myself to complete everything. So I don't know if I'll be able to get new fresh pieces in, but I'm going to see what I can do. I have a back stock of inventory that I can kind of swap some of the stale stuff out with. The problem is that all of my back stock for that is also stale. And it's gotten, I've minimized my back stock, which is great, except that now that means that it's all stale kind of all the time for Whatnot. It's rough. Anyway, but I'm going to show you what I got today because I am feeling very energized by this because it was so exciting. All right, so I bought 41 pieces. I spent $187, which is kind of a lot for me. It averaged out to $4.56 per piece. I go thrifting every Wednesday, and the thrift store that I go to has this rewards club that you pay monthly to join. It's $13 a month, but it's worth it for me because I get more discounts. So I have 4 different color tags out of their 5 colors are 50% off for me for clothing. And then I also get extra reward points and can get 20% off additionally every now and then. Sadly, not today. That would have been really helpful. When you look at my receipt, all these big solid blocks, those are the things that were not on sale. This is the stuff that was on sale. Everything else not on sale. But it's okay because it was worth it because I got really nice stuff. So let's get into it and see what I got. I'll tell you how much I paid for everything. And the majority of the time, I'm going to put this up on Whatnot for a $15 starting bid. I'll tell you if I'm going to do something else. But all right, let's get into it. Super exciting. So first up is this adorable little piece of chiffon lingerie, little nightie. It was very cute. I wish I had found something like a panty that went with it, but I didn't. That's okay. So here's the tag. The tag isn't very exciting, but it's a little bit older. This is the cute little lace. That's sweet. And then this was $2.50. So can't go wrong. And I will put this one up on Whatnot. I don't know if it'll sell. Sometimes some of that stuff sells. I get really pumped about a lot of 60s, 50s, even 40s stuff. I don't find that much 40 stuff. Or 50s, honestly. But I feel like my Whatnot crowd loves the 60s and 70s stuff the most, and more the psychedelic-y kind of bohemian stuff. I know those sound like 2 different things. They kind of can be. Whatever, you'll get it. I don't know why I'm doing this video today as though it's to an all-new audience. Maybe the universe is going to bring me an all-new audience, and you'll all watch this for the first time. That would be amazing. Anyway, all right, this next piece, I am so excited about this one. This is really cute. It's marked a size medium, which is fucking laughable, as you will see when I hold it up. Medium for who? It's so little. This is a sweater. It's so freaking cute. And when you see the tag, vintage cachet. And you can see it's lamb's wool, Angora, and nylon. I am assuming it has some stretch. It doesn't feel shrunken. You know how wool that gets shrunken feels like very tense and tight and thick. This doesn't feel like that. So I don't know. This was $4. So I will take it all day, every day. Yes, please. Thank you, ma'am. This is one, of course, that I would want to keep, but I know it's going to be too cropped on me and I won't like the way it looks. And so I'm not going to keep it. It's going to be on Whatnot tomorrow morning for $15. Starting bid. Next up, this is one of the pieces that's going to go directly to eBay because I don't do this kind of stuff on Whatnot. This is a little teddy, vintage lingerie teddy, and it's new with tags, which is super cute. And it's just cute. You know, like this isn't anything earth-shatteringly amazing. It's adorable, but that's it. This is made by Dolores for Poirette. I feel like I've seen that before. And then, of course, we got our good friend, the Union tag there. This was $2.50. So cannot go wrong with that. I generally, these types of things, when they are sort of like nondescript, just generically cute stuff like this, I usually list them probably for about $39, including shipping. I list them for $39, including shipping, but I usually sell this kind of stuff on eBay and the buyer pays shipping on eBay. I expect this to sell on eBay for around $25 to $30 plus shipping. Okay. This may sell elsewhere. I don't know. It's going to be listed everywhere because that's how I do that. But all right, next up, this cute little dress barn. I don't normally go for dress barn. Dress barn can have some cute stuff. I very rarely find anything that's cute enough that I will buy it, but I liked this one today. So here's the tag. And it's just like a little 90s rayon dress, right? But it's got a cute little silhouette. I really liked the colors and I really like the print on this. And this was $3. I am going to have to stain treat it, so this will not be in my show tomorrow, but hopefully this will be able to go into next week's show. It's just got a couple little spots, but I think they'll come out. So yay, that's fun. Excited about that. Okay, next up, this is a cute dress, and I suspect that this tag, which is like holding on for dear life, literally holding on by a thread. I think this brand might be a little bit more expensive, but I don't think that this dress will be particularly on the expensive side. Like, I'm going to look it up. Janori sportswear. And it just, I don't know, for some reason, like the tag looks, you know, when these tags are only tacked at the corners, that's often an indicator that it's maybe a little bit higher end. But it's just like, I don't want to say it's a t-shirt dress because the fabric is not quite t-shirty. It is like a jersey knit. So it's just a little, you know, slim through the torso, a little bit of an A-line to the skirt. It's a really cute little dress. And I paid $3 for this, so you can't beat that. Yeah. So I thought this was cute. It's not looking very cute as I hold it up here because it needs to be on a body, but that'll go on my Whatnot show. I model everything for my Whatnot show. It's the briefest of photos. It's like front, back, tags. That's kind of it. This one I'm excited about. This was really cute. This was $3. Love it. $3. That's the tag. And this is like a pajama-y type of situation. Look at that. I didn't get a hanger today. Sometimes I throw this stuff on a hanger just because it shows better. But whoop, look at that. I love it. I fully expect, like this, I feel like this is the kind of thing that my Whatnot people really go for. Now, that being said, watch, this will be in like 8 shows and will not sell. I don't know. We'll see. But, and it zips all the way up into a little mock neck. It's so freaking cute. This is like a silky nylon fabric. And then if you want to see the print up close, look at that. Isn't that cool? I love it. I'm very excited about it. All right. Next. This I am excited about, but like a little bit less, but it was worth it, I think. So this is an Olga nightgown. If you know anything about Olga lingerie, like Olga makes gorgeous lingerie. Let me show you the tag in case you're unfamiliar, because again, for some reason, I'm talking to everyone in this video as though you've never watched me before. So Olga made gorgeous lingerie for the 80s. It's all just like super flattering and beautiful. So I haven't seen this particular piece before, but you can see it's got the sheer lace bodice. It does have the classic shaped Olga back, even though this is all sheer, right? I mean, it's a little more of a V. But, and then this one's a shorter length. So this is going to be like a below the knee to midi length, maybe. I think it's got the flattering silhouette that Olga is very good at. The problem with this particular piece is that there's a little separation here going on, right? And it's not even just the seam, like it actually ripped. And also there's a little pinhole somewhere back here. Yeah, right here. But I paid $3.50 for this. So it might not go in tomorrow's show because I want to fix this before, and by fix, I mean close it and it'll look a little janky, but it'll be functional. I want to close that up before I try and list it. Oh, there's also a little break in the lace. The other, maybe I won't try to fix it. Maybe I'll just list it as is for like $10. Olga pieces are so desirable. And the thing is that if you want this for a personal use piece, $10 is going to be a fantastic price. I think it will get driven up a little bit in an auction. And also I won't have to do the work to repair anything. We'll see. I don't know. We'll feel that out. But I was still excited to find that. It's great, right? So if I was putting something like that on Etsy and if it didn't have any flaws, I would list that on Etsy for probably like $60, including the shipping, like $59 shipped, $49 maybe. I always like recheck current comp prices because things change over time, right? But there's a particular Olga nightgown that goes for like, can go for a lot of money. Some people list it at crazy prices, like hundreds of dollars. It's really dependent on the size and the color. But, you know, the one that I'm thinking of, the classic Olga nightgown, if you know them, usually goes for somewhere between like 65 to 100, I think is pretty reasonable. So that one would be less. It's not, but it's still gorgeous, you know? Anyway, okay, next up, shut up. This is just a cute little, hold on, you got to go in there, please. Cute little dress. This is like an 80s into 90s. I love the print on this. It's really pretty. It's got this like, you know, cute little cottagecore-y, sweet little collar. What is our tag here? This was $4.50, so not terrible. It's a little bit larger size. It's marked size 14. So it's going to be a modern like large to extra large. So that's nice to get a little size variety in. So that's a cute little dress. Get that in. All right, next we have some 80s ridiculousness, which I was very excited to find today. This was $2. $2. Love it. There's the tag. Also, excuse my fingernail here, please. I spilled my black liquid eyeliner today. And when I went to clean it up, it got all underneath this fingernail and I can't get it out without like getting a whole scrub brush situation, which I have not gotten around to. So let me see if I can hide that for you. Anyway, there's the tag. This was $2, which I said. Look at this. This is goofball shit. I love this. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Love it. Love it. Okay. Next up, this piece, maybe I shouldn't have gotten, but here's the thing. Again, if you're new to watching me, you may not know this yet. I always miss problems. Right? So I will pick something up. I'll look stuff over. I'll be like, okay, looks good. Doesn't have or, you know, it has a stain. It has a flaw that I've noticed, but I decide I want to get it anyway. But then sometimes I get stuff and I look it over and I'm like, great, we're good to go. And then I get it home and I'm like, what happened here? So this is kind of one of those, but I think it might be good anyway. This is a 2-piece set. And I didn't notice until I was like at the checkout counter that you see how it's like different colors because there's like some sun fade on this thing. We're still going to see what we can do with this. This was a 2-piece set, which I said, new old tags, new old stock, new with tags, dead stock. Here's the pants, right? Which are just, you know, kind of basic, but kind of fun because they're a little flowy in that crinkle rayon situation, right? But they're pants, elastic waist, whatevs. These are marked size 14, so they're also a little bit larger, which is great. But the top part is this. So yeah, that's pretty obvious, isn't it, man? Here's the thing. Right now I'm sitting under like obnoxious photo lights and everything. And in the thrift store, you know, then that's not happening. Also, I am definitely often in like thrift store psychosis. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys get that? I know you get that. Don't pretend you're above it. Okay. Anyway, so my thrift store psychosis took over and I did not notice the fade. We're going to try and list it anyway and just see what happens. It does have buttons all the way down the front. The silhouette of this is like very new wave, like 80s, early 90s to me. Shoulder pads, of course. And it's got, this is the tag, Wild Rose. And we'll see what happens. This was $4 for the set. So I'll list it for $15. We'll see if it sells. I think it's really cute regardless. So, all right, next up, this is so adorable. So adorable. It's a little bit tiny. It's pretty tiny. It's marked size 2, and it's like an 80s or 90s size 2. This was not on sale. It was $5, but it's so cute. Look at that. Oh, it's adorable. Why is that so cute? Liz Sport, size 2, petite 2, petite 2. Anyway, but it's adorable. I love the color scheme. This is so cute. So cute. I love it. Oh, I actually have a pair of pants that will, hold on. Let me see if I can grab them and then we can see together if it's a good little outfit. Where did you go? Pants that I thrifted. They're in here somewhere. They're not going to be the right size, I don't think, for like somebody to buy it as an outfit. Oh my God, they're so far down on the bottom of this bag. All right, let's see. The pants, I feel like I'm hyping this, right? It's just, I like to be able to, when I'm doing the photos, to like make little outfits of stuff that's also available for sale. Anyway, so here's a little vest. And then here's pants. And they are a high-waisted corduroy with like a fuller leg. And then they taper down at the ankle. They're clearly very wrinkled. We're going to have to do some steaming tonight. So I'm going to pair those two together. Let's see, possibly, I have like a little shirt that I just passed by in here, but all right, I don't need to involve you in this, do I? No. Is it fun? I don't know. I love this so much. It's so cute. $5. Okay. The pants, I will finish showing you. Corduroy, nice pockets there. These are Cotton Express. So they're marked size 11, 12. I suspect they're going to be more like maybe a size 6 or 8 because that's how that usually goes. Yeah, this waist looks so little to me. Like I kind of wear, I wear like a modern size 8, maybe a 10 pants. Look, I don't know because I haven't measured myself lately and also all my pants are stretchy. So I don't really know anymore. But anyway, these don't want to fit me at all. So they're probably like a modern 6 or small, but they're still really cute. Love them. And these were $4, not on sale, but $4 is great, right? It's still great. Okay. I need a caffeine pause. Oh, it's so good. I have condensation on my hands and I just clapped it into my own eye. Okay. I would apologize, but I think that's what you guys like about me is I'm an idiot. So, all right, next up, look at this blouse. She's so cute. Come here, fix yourself, please. Fix yourself up. How cute that is. The little lace collar. And this is the back buttons. This is so cute. Do we have a tag? I'm sure we do. Yes, we do. Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's not, but this was $4. I think it's absolutely adorable. And it's like, it's darted at the waist, so it gives you a little bit of a fit. It's so cute. So cute. It actually matches those pants too. Color-wise, not necessarily aesthetic. Not like aesthetic. I don't know what that was. Okay. What is this? Oh, here's a blouse that I spent too much money on. And then I said, oh, this isn't even the blouse I spent too much money on, but I did spend too much money on this blouse. This is stupid, but it's cute. So look at that. Fucking gorgeously obnoxious. I love it. and it's silk, so bonus, right? The back is plain. You know I hate that, but there we go. It's a pet peeve. Decorate all the sides. That's the tag. This was $8. So what that means for Whatnot is that I will probably list this starting at 20 because listing it at 15 means that after, look at the cuffs, man, I love it. After fees on an item that sells for $15, I generally get about $12 after fees, approximately, right? Depends on a couple factors. But so I'm paying $8, getting $12. That means I made $4. It's really not worth it. So I would start this at $20, which honestly is still probably pretty fucking fantastic. It's silk and it's ridiculous. Okay. And if it doesn't sell on Whatnot, then I'll stick that up on Etsy or eBay for like $59 shipped, right? So there we go. Okay, next, another silk blouse that I spent less money on. This is also cute. I liked it. I don't know. This is a novelty print blouse. What do we got going on here? I knew that there were like jungle cats. That's all I really paid any attention to when I picked this up. I don't know what the hell is going on with the rest of this print. Jungle cat, hello. Are those like necklaces, I guess? I don't know what those things are. Right? But we don't care. Doesn't matter. It's not really important. This was $5. This is also silk. And that's the tag. So, and that's really nice. I thought that was nice. So, I like that. That I will put up for 15. Next up is a little 70s situation. This was $4, not on sale because everything was not on sale. Okay. This is a cool little top. The sleeves are the same print as the blouse, but they're sheer, and this is solid, like a silky-ish nylon polyester kind of hoosey. It's got a little belt guy in here tied to the tag, which is useful. $4. Here's the tag. And then whatever, I can't read the other tag because the belt's tied to it, but it's cute. This probably had something that went with it. Skirt, pants, something. I couldn't find it, so just took this home, but that's fine. That works. All right, next up is this. This is not going to be in the show tomorrow because, well, probably not, because it also needs a little bit of work, but I decided to get it because it's cute. And it's so weird sometimes, some of the things, what is this? I hope that's like toothpaste. Some of the things that I find cute, because my typical style, let me see if I can grab something in here. All right, I'm going to show you this first, because this is more like, I want shit to have an obnoxious print. I want it to be like goofy, not necessarily just goofy, like loud. I want it to be loud. I want it to have a lot going on, print, ruffles, lace, whatever. So something like this is pretty sedate for me, but sometimes there's just something about it, the silhouette, something that I particularly like. So let's see. This is also a Liz Claiborne piece, right? There's that tag. And the dress itself, I mean, it's this little, whatever, houndstoothy check, whatever print. I think that it's got a nice silhouette. It kind of comes in at the waist. It's got like a slimmer skirt. It's not pencil, but it's a slim skirt. And it's, geez, these pockets are like, look at that. That's amazing. For the pockets alone, that's worth the money. My God. Thank you, Liz. Liz knows what women want. This was $5. And the only thing that really needs to happen is it has a hook and eye closure at the waist, but the hook part is missing. The eye part is still there. I have a bunch of spare little hooks, so I'm going to have to sew that on, and I have to reinforce the eye part. But I don't know that I'll have time to do that tonight before the show, so we're going to put this aside. And if it does end up in the show tomorrow, what it means is that I didn't feel like I had enough inventory, and so I was forced to repair it to put it in the show. So anyway, but that's really cute. I like it a lot. All right, next up is another piece of lingerie, also probably not going on Whatnot. Maybe, but this, I think this one was also, yeah, this is also Olga. Let's see. There's the tag. This was $5, and it's a little bit less of the standard Olga silhouette. At least it appears to be less of a standard Olga silhouette. Sometimes when you try something on, it's like, oh no, this is amazing. It just doesn't look as great on the hanger. But I picked this up like kind of thinking maybe I would dye it. I love to dye vintage lingerie, fun colors. And usually I reserve that for stuff that's damaged or stuff that's really fucking boring, like 80s, just, you know. This is gorgeous. But I mean, the thing is that there's so much plain white lingerie. So I don't know, whatever. Sometimes I try and like sell it first on Whatnot and just see if somebody wants it as is before I try and put in the effort to dyeing it. I paid $5 for this. It's really beautiful. We'll see what happens. I don't know, right? And I can't tell if it's like a little yellowy. It might have some yellowing. It's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Is it like my lighting? Is it my vision? I don't know. I'm sweating. Okay. Next up is another little silk blouse. This is really pretty. Oh, by the way, for all of you seasoned Laura viewers, see all these babies here? These are vintage nylon stockings that I actually got listed on eBay this week. So you can't even see the top of the stack. This looks maybe more impressive than it is. This is 6 lots that are being auctioned off on eBay currently. So you'll see those in hopefully next week's What Sold video. But I got those all put up. So proud of myself. I am such a procrastinator when it comes to listing anywhere besides Whatnot. Okay, this silk blouse. Here's the tag. And mostly what I liked about this, I'm not crazy about the print. I mean, it's fine. It's obnoxious for sure, right? But I love the ruffle neckline and the fact that this is silk. Oh, look at the little sleeve cuffs are also, but the elastic at the sleeve is like, no. Oh yeah, no, that's not good. I did not pay attention to this, so I didn't notice that these were elasticized and that the elastic was sad. So what'll happen with this is I will try this on, and if the sleeves are just like, see, this side's better. Anyway, if the sleeves are like should be here, but then they just come down to here on me because the elastic doesn't keep them in place, maybe I'll try and see if I can change it out. I can change out elastic if it's channel set, like if it's just threaded through, like a curtain rod pocket. But if it's sewn to the fabric, we're done for. You know what I mean? I don't have that skill set yet. I'll get there. It might be 24 more years before I do, but I'll get there. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with this. This was $4, so not terrible, but it's very pretty. Okay. Next up, this thing is so cool and ridiculous. I love finding this kind of shit. This is like casual hanging out stuff, but I love finding this stuff. This is like, hold on, I'm going to button one of the buttons. I'm going to call it a cardigan because I guess that's kind of what it is. This was $5. And I'm trying to hold it so that it shows properly. There we go. Look at that. I love it so much. It's like a t-shirt kind of material. It's not a sweater. And there's no tag in it, but who fucking needs a tag? Look at this thing, man. I love this. Love it. Love it. I'm very excited about today's haul. I'm double checking for tags, but I don't see any. So, but I mean, it's just so awesome. And this is the kind of thing, like if you are not a seasoned vintage seller and you're like, how do you know that that's old? Because it is. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, you start recognizing the construction elements. Like this doesn't have any particularly telling construction, but just the feel of the fabric and the types of patterns and fabrics that were used during certain eras. Like you start to like just understand it. And so I know because I know that's not helpful. I'm sorry. But anyway, it's awesome no matter what. So, all right, next is this. This one is another good example of like, do you know or do you not know? This is a vintage, just a cute little dress, right? I like the print. Now that I'm looking at it from way over here, is that like a child-sized dress? Hold on. No, maybe it's an adult, but it's like an extra small to a small. Anyway, it's a really cute little dress. It's like a silky-ish nylon. This does not have any tags. I suspect it's handmade, but I'm not positive. This is the construction on the inside, right? So that's like handmade-y looking. These types of wide seams are, but then the serged edges, maybe not always. but no tags. So then the next thing I look at is I also look at the zipper, right? The zipper, this is a YKK zipper. So again, like not super telling. The thing that sort of did it for me on this dress were the hems, the cuff and the hem. You can see here, you don't see the seam for the hem, right? And it's almost like tiny little tacked dots along the way. And that Shein is not doing that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to see like a very, first of all, this is an excessive amount of fabric for Shein. They wouldn't be doing that. And it's going to be like a very visible seam on the hem for them. So, right. So there you go. So that was kind of like, okay, cool. This is definitely a vintage piece. And it's got its belt, which I love. And this was $5. So, and I love the little collar. I don't know if I'll be able to model this because now that I'm holding it up next to myself, it looks really small, but we'll see. We will see. All right, next. This is really cute. There was a bunch of like adorable little Y2K stuff being rolled out on the racks today, which I don't get a ton of Y2K stuff, mostly because I don't find the stuff that I think is really awesome. Sometimes I find Y2K stuff and it's like, oh, this is cute. But like today I found some stuff that I was really excited about. It's all like very everyday wear kind of stuff, but it's really cute. Okay, so first up is this. This is just a black lace top, I know, but it's like, you know, stretchy and it's got the little cap sleeves. It's adorable. This is by Context. And this was $4, so not bad. It's marked size small. Just really cute. Love that. All right, let's see. Next was this top. This is kind of, again, by my standards, a little bit boring, but if I'm going to have like a solid color basic piece, I want it to be vintage and like a little cool. So that's what this is to me. This was $4. Here's the tag. And it's just this little like kind of t-shirt, but it's like a ribbed knit. It's very stretchy and it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, right? So, you know, if I'm going to have just like a basic little top like this, it's going to be fucking 70s and shimmery and cool, right? And this was $4. So that was fun. Let's see. So many more pieces. Okay. This thing is so wrinkled, but it's really cute. This was $4. Not bad. This is also another petite size, but a lot of times the petite sizes were not really like they fit standard size people very easily and they just like to market them as petite. So I'm kind of hoping that that's the situation here. I don't mind it being extra small kind of sizing, but it's when the waist is like, you know, I just feel like those are harder to sell for me, but petite impressions and $4. So very cute. So wrinkled. Can't really see what this, I mean, it's just like, there's little trumpety things. There's different flags. I don't know if they're states or countries because I don't know my flags. There's the United States. I'm assuming they're states, but I mean, I don't honestly know. Do I know what the New Jersey state flag looks like? No. Lived in New Jersey my whole life, and I have no idea what the New Jersey state flag looks like, so here we go. All right, next up, this is a little 80s dress. It's nothing. It's a very basic piece. It was $5, but it's got a nice little 80s silhouette. So you got your dolman sleeves, and then you got your little full skirt down here. It should have a nice fat belt with it. It did not come with one. I mean, it did at some point. It was not with it when I found it. Jessica Howard. I don't know why I'm doing accents today. Jessica Howard. And this is, we don't know. I don't know what size it's marked. It's marked size 8. Oh, it's got one of these guys too. Love those. And it was $5. So easy peasy. Nice. And that's like a nice dress for fall. It's a little bit more heavyweight. I don't know what this is, but anyway, okay. Next up is this little sweater. This might need a soak, I think. This was $4. It's just a cute little sweater cardigan, right? Yeah, I feel like this needs a little bit of a soak. This is the tag. A little shiny. I think it says Lily of California. Yeah, Lilly of California. It was $4. And yeah, so this probably won't be into, oh God. Yeah, it definitely needs to soak. That's a little bit rough, but there we go. Okay. All right, next up, this dress is fun. This also feels like silk. I can't remember if I saw the tag that said silk. Yes, 100% silk. I don't know if this is a designer that, you know, whatever, like has any Raul Blanco. It seems like a little bit of a fancier dress. Hold on, it's got a weird thing going on I got to fix here before I show it to you. So I don't know if this is like something that is more sought after or not. I mean, I'm assuming no, but let's see. So this is very like New Jersey mob wife kind of style, in my opinion. So it's got shoulder pads, right? And then that sort of like slim fit skirt. And then this cape looking situation that goes over the top, which I love. And then little prong set situations. These feel like plastic, but they're still prong set, which is just like a quality indicator to me, right? So you've got the setting on the back instead of being like glued, you know, or even sewn on plastic beads. But that's fantastic. And this was $3. So, and then it's just like sort of an animal print jacquard. Very cute. Love it. Love it. All right, next up, I got a little sweater situation. I have a sweater show scheduled on Whatnot for like September 26th-ish or whatever. It's the first Thursday after the first official day of fall. And I have so many sweaters set aside. So the sweaters that I picked up today may go into that. Like I've been holding sweaters aside for the show, but if I feel like I need to put them into tomorrow's Whatnot show, I'm going to do that. We're getting close enough to time, and these are kind of cottony, but they might get held off for this sweater show, but I'm not positive. And if they don't sell, maybe they'll get pulled and stuck in a sweater show. I don't know. This is very cute, though. I love this kind of shit also. Nothing on the back, which makes me sad, but I do love this cottagecore kind of floral wreath front situation. Petite Sophisticates. This was $4. Well worth it. Well worth it. So cute. Love it. All right, next is another sweater. This is really fun. I'm assuming this is 90s. This was $4, which is not bad at all. There's the tag. But look at this. Isn't that cute? And these are all like a little bit textured. So that's really fun. And it's got some stuff going on the back. So it's not totally devoid of personality on the back side of the sweater. So this is really fun. And this feels like cotton, rainy cotton blend. So awesome. I love this. And it's big. It's size large. But again, the 90s were so oversized. So I feel like that is easily going to fit an extra large as well. The pile on my bed is getting obnoxious. Okay, let's see. I'll show you this. So this is a very pretty little dress from the brand Nostalgia. I've been finding Nostalgia dresses recently, which I like. I find them every now and again. I think they're very pretty. There's the tag. So pretty. This is more of a basic dress, but it's a really pretty basic, right? So it's got this black and white floral, you know, design tank dress. But then as you come down, it's got these gores sewn in. So it's just really pretty. It gives it nice movement. It's got that little tie at the back. So really nice. This was marked size small, and I paid $5 for it. So it's pretty good. And it's lovely. It's lovely. And it's nice because it's a tank dress, so you can wear it all summer, and then you just throw on a cute little cardigan, maybe after you've soaked it. And then you can wear it for fall. This dress is adorable. So it's very similar to the one I have on. The dress that I have on currently, can I do a little model for you? Kind of, because I know I'm not far enough away, right? But it's like one of these lace guys. And it also, like, I think ties. No, it doesn't. It doesn't tie at the back. Anyway, I got this from Nikki Terry Vintage. I bought it from her on Whatnot, and I bought it to resell, but then I wore it during a Whatnot show, and everybody was complimenting me on it. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep it. So let's see. This is very similar. It's the same type of vibe. Hold on. Now it's all... This is obviously black lace. Okay. And then it's got like this very nice full skirt. Oh, it's got the gore panels again. I didn't even notice that before. And this one does have the little corset tie in the back, which is just always a desirable feature. It's fun. I mean, it's nice because it looks cool, and it's nice because it gives you adjustability in the waist. This is mark size medium, made by Starina. Maybe I'll swap out the blue for the black, although I get the blue complements my eyes well, so there's that, but whatever. Also, I like that I keep keeping things as though I wear things. I wear things Wednesdays when I go thrifting and do a YouTube video for you. Thursdays when I do a Whatnot show. And then maybe if I see people socially, but that happens like less than once a month. So I have a wardrobe for YouTube and Whatnot right now. So anyway, I probably don't need to swap things out and keep it, but this is really pretty. But I do have a lot of like super awesome witchy goth 90s kind of dresses that I've had through my Whatnot shows recently. I don't know, whatever, we'll see. Anyway, this was $7. Girl, $7. That means that it's really on the like I feel like I would list it at 20. Again, just because I paid so much up front for it, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Next up is another little two-piece set. This is cute. We're getting down. We're getting close to the end. I do have, oh, this needs a soak too. My goodness, people are filthy. I do have a really stunning piece that I'm saving as my last item. Also, though, I probably am going to keep it, so don't get too excited, but it's so freaking cool. Okay, anyway, this is a two-piece set that I paid $7 for. So it's got little shorts, black and white gingham shorts, cute, cute. They have pockets, yay. And then the top is this. It's like a little suit. And hold on, let me tuck you back in there. What are you doing? Right, so it's got that nice little collar. It's adorable. And that you can see here, it's disgusting. So Cimarron dress, and this was $7 for the two pieces together. So it's adorable. I like it. All right, let's see. Next up is this sweater. This isn't all that much to write home about, but I like the tag. And this kind of stuff is cute. Just a little boxy, cute sweater. And there's the tag. And this was $5, which honestly is probably kind of a lot for this. There were a couple of sweaters like this today. I passed up on like 2 or 3 of them, but this one is, I like this color, as you can tell. So I got it. We'll see. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. I mean, I'll be able to sell it eventually. Again, if I was out only shopping for Etsy today, I probably wouldn't have got it, but I will be able to sell it on Etsy. But I got it to sell on Whatnot, so we'll see how it goes. All right, next is another sweater that I definitely paid too much money for Whatnot, but we'll see what happens. It was $10. It was not on sale, but it's really cool. This is one of those things that I've definitely gone through cycles where people get very excited about stuff like this and will pay more than I expect them to during a Whatnot show, but those things happen cyclically or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a standard. So we'll see. I paid $10 for this sweater. Let me show you the tag first. The tag is really cool. Okay. And then this is the sweater. So just like a mustard color, very cool. And then it's got these kind of buttons and stuff. So these sweaters, these Fair Isle sweaters are popular. But because I paid $10 for it, I'm going to need to list it. I mean, even listing it 20, where after fees, I'm going to make like, I forget if it's like 17 or $18 after fees. That's giving me like a $7 or $8 profit. It's not terrible, but it's not great, but you know, so I don't know, but I got it. I definitely picked up a lot of things today because I wanted to make sure I had a good solid base for my Whatnot show. So, all right, let's see. We're getting down to the last few little bits here. I think these are all Y2K-ish. Oh, wait, girl, you got all these and you got this. Okay. I've got some Y2K pieces that are coming up here, but let me show you this first. This is another just going to go to eBay thing. This is not going on Whatnot. Another little lingerie teddy. And again, same as the other one, I expect this, like I'll list it at like $39 across all the platforms. I would expect this to sell on eBay for somewhere between 25 to 30 plus shipping. And sometimes these do just sell full price outright. Sometimes they'll sell on Etsy for the 39 shipped, you know, etc. This was $2.50, so that's great. So you can see it's fully sheer. I like to model the things that I sell, but I don't model stuff like this because it's the internet. And most of the time people buying this stuff for me are men. Actually, and the men who buy this kind of stuff are actually not the problem. It's, I just get a lot of comments from people. Men. So I don't model this kind of stuff. Even when I tried to model it in the past, I mean, I don't like, I essentially don't put anything on the internet that I would not want my father to see. So with that in mind, like, I mean, I'm not doing that. It's not an OnlyFans account, but anyway, I forget what I paid for that. I think $2.50. Anyway, that'll go directly to like eBay, Etsy, and all that stuff. That's not going on Whatnot. Okay, next. These are all the little Y2K tops that I found. They're so freaking cute. This one, I'm not 100% positive on. I think this is Y2K. There are so many like Shein things like this being made now. Shein and Romwe and Cider and all those really super fast fashion crap. This is a flocked velvety kind of top. It's got, I think, like a dragon kind of design there. So this has little lettuce edge hem and stuff, which is cute. I saw this at one point, passed it up, but then stuck it in my cart and thought like, we'll see, but I don't know. And so here's the tag. The tag is kind of what, like, it's a little embroidered tag, and that's the only tag that's in it, was this tag for the size. Modern pieces, and especially modern fast fashion junk, don't do embroidered tags. So that made me feel like maybe this is Y2K, but I also don't have enough, like I don't do enough Y2K stuff to feel super confident the way I do with like an 80s floral cardigan thing. I'm like, yeah, that's 80s. I don't have that same level of confidence with the Y2K pieces, but then I found all of these guys. So I thought like, okay, maybe this legitimately is. And when I put this up online, I mean, I'll say all this stuff, you know what I mean? I show the tags, I show any of the features that make me feel like it's the era that it is. This was $4. If this does not sell on Whatnot, which I kind of don't expect it to, but I would move it to other platforms, and I would probably, I mean, I'll comp it and see what similar things are listed for, but I'm going to anticipate like $39, including shipping. I expect that to sell on like Depop, maybe Etsy, but often I'm surprised on where things sell sometimes. All right, next up is another little Y2K-ish, maybe 90s piece. This is a little more basic as well, but it's a cute basic piece, I think. So it's just a little tiny mock neck. It's not really cropped. Well, it is. It's kind of cropped, right? This is a very like 90s silhouette, and it's super stretchy. It's pretty stretchy, not super stretchy. This was also $4. And there's the tag. So that was just fun. I just think it's a fun piece, right? All right, next is this, which is also very cute. This is one that I'm kind of a little bit in danger of maybe keeping, depending on how it looks on me. It's like a little baby tee style. It's got these little lace cap sleeves. This was $3. That's the brand. I've never heard of this brand before. That means absolutely nothing though. Cha-Cha Vente. But it's so cute. I think this does need a soak. It looks like there's some like yellowy areas. They're pretty light. It may have been soaked before. The other thing is that since it's white, worst case scenario, if those stains don't come out, I'll just dye it some other color and I'll have fun with that. So we'll see. And that, I told you, was $3. So, all right, next up, this is really cute. I love this. This is a really adorable little Y2K-ish thing. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So we've got this like wide It's like sort of a V neckline, but it's very sort of like a wide scooped V neck. Look at that flocked. This is all like flocked velvety floral design. I would absolutely keep this, but this is going to be way too small on me. It's marked size small. I think it's going to be more like an extra small. It's mesh, so it's very stretchy. And it's just really adorable. Here's the tag. What does that say? Wrapper is the brand. Made in USA. It's so freaking cute. I love this so much. I like this a lot. This was $4. Like, I like this enough that like I will probably start it at 15 bucks on Whatnot, but I kind of want to start it at like 20 or 25. I love it a lot. I think it's really cute. And then my final little Y2K piece, and then I have my one big awesome piece after this. But this is really cute also. Let's see. This was only $2 and it wasn't even on sale. It was just $2. All right, that's not right. Hold on. There we go. That's what that looks like. So freaking cute. It's like t-shirt material. And so in case you can't tell, the neckline, it's going to be like up behind the neck and then come down like this and then have the square neckline. It's so freaking cute. This is one also that I know I'm in danger of keeping. All of these, it comes down to like, what do they look like when I put them on my body kind of a thing. There you go. That's the tag. And it's just really adorable. If you've spent any time on my channel, once again, you know, I hate wearing bras anymore. And so I really love like stretchy, like, but firm kind of like cotton shirts, cotton t-shirts that are very fitted and kind of hold stuff together instead of a bra. Like I love that kind of stuff. It's comfortable. It's so cute. And so if that fits me, I'm in danger of keeping that. But here's the other thing I'm like in serious danger of keeping. This is so exciting. I'm so excited about this piece. It's very awesome. Very, very awesome. This was, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. This was 50% off, but the price originally was $25. So I paid $12.50. I would have paid $25 in a heartbeat. I would have been sad about it, but I would have paid $25. You guys know what that is, right? That's the Betsey Johnson Punk label. And you're going to see why it's so worth it. Oh my God, it's so cool. All right, look at this. These fucking sleeves. This is all velour, right? Like a black and teal velour. And then you've got that corset lacing. And then look at that little V-waist and fucking jumpsuit. So I did try this on real quick before I did anything. This is the ankle, right? I'm going to show you. I could not get this on even over my foot. Now, I didn't work very hard, but it's like, oh my God. I don't even know if I can show you this. It's like so, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It is marked size small, and it's probably a little bit smaller than a modern small. And I do have big feet, okay? Big feet. But I am going to do a little bit more work trying to get this on my body because I want to keep this fucking thing so bad because it's awesome. So there's a couple of things. Like as a vintage seller, I feel like there are certain pieces that you want to have even just for the clout of it, right? So like Betsey Johnson Punk label, absolutely like iconic if you have that in your wardrobe. Gunny Sacks dress, right? Iconic if you have it in I have a Gunny Sacks dress. I know I've told you this a million times before. If you watch me, like if I had my pick of Gunny Sacks dresses, it's not the dress I would want to keep, but I got it and it fit me and it's like, you know, like 70s Gunny Sacks. So I kept it. But that's like one that maybe one day I'll replace if I find one I like better. I got another Betsey Johnson Punk label piece a couple of weeks ago that I have not listed yet, that I considered keeping just because it's a punk label. But like this one, I love hideous. Now, it might look hideous when it's on me, right? I don't know. It's a size small, whatever. Like my own figure, like my top is a small, but my bottom is a medium. And so because this is all like poofy butt, like maybe it'll look horrible. I don't know. But I definitely want to try it on. Now, I did a super quick comp, and this exact jumpsuit was not listed. There were similars, but the other punk label jumpsuits, people had listed anywhere from like 275 up to like 700, but the 700 person is on crack. There was one that was listed probably more around 700 that looked like it was worth it because it was an epic print, but there were others that was like, what are you thinking? Anyway, so this will sell for a lot of money if I can't get it on my body. I obviously will not be listing this on Whatnot if I list it. Look at her. I love it. This is going to have to be my thumbnail, right? It's going to go right to like Etsy, eBay, whatever. But I want to keep it. So pray for me that it fits. I know you won't because I know you want it. But that's it. That's everything that I got today. I am very excited. The other thing that I am very excited about is that I actually did some work to repair and or soak things to list in my Whatnot show. Like this is a very wrinkled shirt. This is a shirt that I've had. I can't even tell you how many years I've had this. One of the buttons fell off at some point. And for many years, plural, I kept it. I don't know where it went. So now I had to shuffle buttons around because then there was just one missing. But I finally did it. I shuffled buttons around. I put a replacement button on. Is it the best? No, it matches. But like the other ones were all covered. Anyway, but I finally got this done. This is like a little 50s silk blouse. It's so cute. That's going to go in tomorrow's show. I have a dress that had a stain on the sleeve that I've been shuffling this thing around forever. I finally soaked the stain off. This is going to get listed. And these two pairs of pants that I was going to keep, I made a YouTube shorts about these saying I was going to keep them. I don't think I am. And then these that I, A, wanted to keep, but B, also they needed a soak, and I did soak them. They're so cute. Look at that. These are boys' pants. They fit me, but it just wasn't like enough of my vibe. Anyway, so I did do some work to de-hoard my hoard, which is another, like, if you're new to my channel, you don't know about my hoard, there's a lot of videos about it. So I've been doing some work on that. Got these listed, got some work done on those things. There's some other pieces I did work on as well. So we're making tiny little progress steps, but we're making progress. So now I'm going to go, my giant caffeine beverage that I have barely touched since I started this video, we're going to go and do some listing work for Whatnot. And I am so excited about this haul. I hope that you enjoyed it. I felt like I had good energy in today's video, which I have not been feeling a lot of lately when I record videos for you. And I'm sorry about that too. And I hope that that carries through to my show tomorrow. Thank you so much. I will see you again soon.